So I just posted a video a few days ago on my channel about why I think everybody in 2025 should have a freaking YouTube channel. And I got this comment. Tyser Terry Warfield is a real one. Would you make a video about how you passed your camera shyness? I feel like no one talks about it, and it's a huge part of why people never start. This comment came from Mighty Midgie. I hope I said that right. And I think that's a great topic for a video because I get asked this question so much. Terry, how did you get so comfortable on camera? How did you get past the camera shyness? So in this video, I got 10 tips on how to help you get better on camera, and I hope that they're helpful. This is legit like my 12th time trying to film this part of the video. I don't know why this is so difficult today. Neither here nor there, here we are. This video is sponsored by Motion Array. Okay, so I'm using a LUT from their new LUT section on motionarray.com to color grade this video. So I'll tell you all about that later on in this video. My first tip for you is actually a question for you. And that question is, why do you care so much about the people's opinion about you? Did I say that right? That you don't care about, that don't care about you. Why do you care so much about their opinion? I have a very simple philosophy that I've adopted when it comes to people's opinions about Tight Shirt Terry Warfield. If you ain't paying my bills, you're not feeding my family or taking care of them, you're not helping me get any closer to my goals. And if I don't care about you and you don't care about me, I could give a crap less about your opinion. That means if 40 cars roll up the street and they all want to point and laugh at Tight Shirt Terry Warfield for filming himself with that tight shirt on, I don't care, because they don't meet any of those criteria. Once you free yourself of this fear of people's opinions of you, it will not only transform your daily life outside of trying to film yourself, but it will also transform how easy it is for you to talk to the camera, because although there are people on the other side of the camera, you don't fear their opinion of you anymore. And if you don't do this, then it's gonna be very difficult for you to film yourself because of this fear of people's opinions. So my first tip, I know I was probably all over the place, I'm getting sick of trying to record this part, is stop caring so much about people's opinion of you, and life will get so much easier. Now we can freaking move on. Finally, my next tip is stop trying to be so perfect on camera, y'all. You don't have to be. Terry, you sound like a hypocrite, because when you was at the other location, you said you filmed it 12 times before you got it right. And yes, that's only because I'm trying to do like seamless takes where I don't have to do jump cuts and stuff like that. And that's the only reason why. I'm not saying that you have to do that. Y'all have to remember that social media and YouTube is not broadcast television. It's not cable. Nobody expects you to be perfect. In fact, people really want that authentic person-to-person feel when they're watching your videos. So stop thinking that you need to be perfect. You don't have to be. Be you on camera. This is your biggest asset, your greatest asset. So whatever type of person you are, whether you're a loud mouth like Tight Shirt Terry Warfield, or whether you're quiet or whatever the case may be, just be you. And eliminate this thing that you need to be perfect, because you absolutely don't need to be perfect. Now, if you're anything like me, believe it or not, I'm pretty introverted, right? So when the gurus always say, yo, when you talk to the camera, act like you are talking to the people on the other side of the camera, that gives me freaking goosebumps. I cannot do that. So if you struggle with the anxiety of speaking in front of a large crowd of people or multiple people at the same time, then don't act like you are talking to the crowd of people watching your video. Talk to the camera. For me, acting like I'm talking to the camera and not to a group of people helps me overcome the social stress of speaking in front of people. Like when I have to speak in front of people, my armpits start itching, I start sweating, like all of those things. But when I talk to the camera, an inanimate person, an inanimate object that doesn't have a person or a brain or anything behind it, I just feel way more comfortable. The next thing that you can try is to bullet point or script out your videos. Now, scripting doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't work for me. However, coming up with a list of bullet points are the things that I know for sure that I want to talk about in the video. For example, this video, I made bullet points of things that I wanted to make sure that I hit. The other thing that I do that really helps me get way more comfortable on camera is before I go on camera, I kind of practice the things that I want to say. So I'll sit there by myself sometimes in my room or in front of people, whatever, and I'll literally just say the things that I want to say on camera. And the first 1, 2, 3 times, you know, I might mess up, but the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with saying the same thing over and over. And that way, when you finally get on camera, it just comes off naturally. And this happens most of the time. For some reason this morning, when I was filming that first clip, it didn't work out that way. But as a whole, it typically works for me. So those three things really help me overcome the social anxiety part of speaking to the camera, and also being able to have like a cohesive, collective thought of things I want to say. It really helps me out. Now, before I give you these next 5 tips, I need to go back and tell you about today's sponsor, motionarray.com, and their new section called LUTs. Now, if you don't know what LUTs are, they're just like an easy way for you to give your videos a real saucy color grade. I actually been using them for all of my videos. This video, I'm using a LUT from the Film Pro LUTs package, and that's one of my favorite things about this LUT section. Usually you have to go to this website and download a LUT, and this website and pay for a LUT. Well, all of these LUTs come in packages, so you get several in one package, and there's an easy way that you can filter through them to find the mood that you're looking for. So go on their website, test it out. They got a bunch of other stuff on there, like the voiceover, sound effects, music, all of that stuff. And use the link in the description, and I could actually save you some money when you sign up, okay? So thank you to Motion Array for sponsoring today's video. I got 5 other tips to give you. Let's get it. All right, the next 2 things are more fundamental than anything, but they need to be talked about, right? Number 1, everybody has that, I like to call it a crutch word, right? So it's that word that you say when you don't know what to say. And a common one is or so. Trust me, when you have to edit out 50 ums in a video, you will stop saying it. When you have to edit out 50 so's in a video, you will stop saying it. But I want you to try not to use these words, and I want you to try to like form and speak what it is that you're trying to say. And this all ties back into when I told you to practice the things that you want to say before you turn the camera on. It helps eliminate that. The next really fundamental thing a lot of people do, especially with like modern mirrorless cameras, Osmo Pockets, etc., that have the flip out screens, is a lot of times we focus on the screen instead of the lens itself, and that breaks the immersion of the whole video. Again, when you are talking on YouTube and TikTok or whatever, you are talking to, I know I told you to talk to the camera, but the reality is you are speaking to people behind it, and nothing is more distracting when somebody is looking at the flippy screen that's off to the side of the camera instead of the camera itself. So make sure that you practice those 2 things, because they will make your online presence so much better. All right, y'all, I need you to get on camera being your whole self, okay? However you are on your day-to-day basis, with your homies, with your friends, with your family, that's how you need to be on camera. I know I just got done telling you how, you know, if you suffer from maybe social anxiety or speaking in front of a bunch of people, that you should talk to the camera, which I still stand on that. But you do also have to realize that, you know, when you upload videos online, people are going to watch. And if you go online being somebody that you're not, people will be able to see straight through it. They won't even gravitate towards it. So however you are in your normal day-to-day life, that's who you should be on camera. In fact, maybe crank it up a little bit more. That really will help with your self-confidence, okay? The next thing, I know you kind of see me out here going from location to location. It's freaking beautiful outside today. I don't want to sit in the studio. And that's something that might help you out also, just going out into the weather, into the elements, to, you know, be a part of freaking the world and the environment and nature. But I also understand the social anxiety that could come with that. You know, when you go film in public, you got that pressure of people looking at you. And I know I told you to not care about opinions, but I also recognize that is a learned skill. And that takes a long time to develop. So if you do want to go film yourself outside, or if you just want to be outside, go to places like I'm behind a closed restaurant right now where people typically don't come back here. I mean, of course, you'll see a couple straggler cars or whatever, but I'm very comfortable back here because there's nobody looking at me. There's nobody back here. There's no pressure or anything like that. So if you want to go out, obviously go to a safe location, but go to a place where you're comfortable to film yourself, where you don't have all that social pressure, and just, you know, freaking rock out with it, you know? I think it's really easy to fall into the trap of watching your favorite creator, like for example, your favorite creator is Tight Shirt Terry, right? And feel like, oh, Terry can go out there and speak so confidently on camera and not care about people's opinions and go from location to location and all this other stuff, and feel like for you to be successful and for you to be good on camera that you need to do the same thing that I'm doing. And that's just the furthest thing from the truth. While I don't think there's anything wrong with taking inspiration from your favorite creator, y'all gotta realize 2 things. Number 1, this took me 8 years to get right, and I still don't have it right. I still think I'm trash on camera, but I do know that I've put tons and tons of effort into these videos. I've made hundreds of videos, y'all, hundreds of videos. I was not always confident on camera. Sometimes I'm still not. Sometimes I still second guess myself, but I got to this point by continuing to make videos. And to continue to make videos, that means you have to start making videos. And at the beginning, you're not gonna be good at it. You are gonna mess up. You're not gonna be confident on camera. You are gonna care about people's opinions. These things takes time to work at and to get better at. So you are gonna have to do the same thing. You're gonna have to put the work in. Also though, on that same breath, it's easy to think that you need to be like your favorite creator, like you need to be like Terry. And I need y'all to remember that it's only one person with the voice you have, and that is you. It's only one person with your face, with your likeness, with your image, with your uniqueness. You know what freaking word I'm trying to say. It's only you with that. So be careful when you're watching all these creators online of mixing those two. Keep your identity, keep your authenticity. That is what makes you unique. That is your selling point, not being like somebody else. So anyways, those are my tips for today. Make sure you go check out Motion Array. Obviously, you are some type of creative that have everything you need on there, music, sound effects. Check out those new LUTs. Use the link in the description. Also, y'all, we are almost at 100,000 subscribers. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. Turn on the notification icon and hit the bell so that you get notified when new videos go up. I got 2 videos at the end of this video I want you to watch. One is how YouTube is a real job, and secondly, why I think everybody, and I mean everybody in 2025, should have a YouTube channel. So make sure you check those out after this video. Till next time, I'm out of here. Tight shirt, Terry Warfield. Peace and chicken grease. I'm out, y'all. Much love. Peace.